Finally, we got somebody here that we want to talk some college football with. It's got some sense.
I knew I was going to regret this when I mentioned the Tim. I said, man, I was at my State Farm agent, Michael Howell, who's now a proud sponsor of this show, and I said, former long snapper Forrest Hill works for them. I said, well, we could have him on. I know Tom would love it.
Absolutely.
So I was like, oh, me, now I've made a mistake.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we do have former Auburn University long snapper Forrest Hill sitting in the wave to the people out. There we go. That's our YouTube channel. We'll be on next, probably by Sunday or Monday.
Yeah.
Producer extraordinaire is extraordinaire for a reason. He
puts it all on there.
Yeah, he does well. Now, you were on the field during the kick six.
Oh, yes.
You got to go straight there.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we had him
He
on
like
here.
to talk about
He's
with
just
this
like,
man.
okay.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's pause.
No,
We'll pause the kick six for a second. Let's talk about Washington.
No,
That's the big
it's
day
your
today.
interview, Zach. We'll just sit over
Yeah,
here.
we'll just sit back.
I'm
We'll just-
I know you messing
Let's go
with
ahead
me,
and talk. We'll just keep our ears shut. Go ahead, bro.
Now,
Keep your ears
go
shut.
ahead.
Yeah,
Now,
we're teasing.
everybody's seen that play and
I
everything.
mean, I can't imagine as an athlete being in that moment, dude. I just can't imagine.
Oh, it was amazing. I mean, at first, that's to begin with. That's such a long field goal to make.
Yeah.
And when he made the adjustment to stick him back there, and just to cover it, just in case.
Did they talk to you guys beforehand about what you were going to do in case he run? Did you set up a play one way or the other?
So no. So the way it works in practice, we usually do that type of scenario.
Mm-hmm.
If it is such a long field goal like that, we will put somebody back there just in case to field it if it's nowhere near making it.
No particular blocking,
No.
like wedge or anything. Just run and pray that you get as far as you get.
Yep.
Okay.
So, but yeah, and that was it's amazing to see how it panned out too, because he hit straight for the dead center of the field and then cut back, and everybody started to see it, and straight instinct just cut back in, and everybody started to.
It was like they had lined up on the left side of the field, and then first Quanju goes down, and then the rest of them start falling.
Where were you at? Where were you at on the field when?
So I was actually on the closest sideline when he caught the ball. So as a specialist, we're sitting there and we're waiting. If it's going to go into overtime, we want to get warmed back up because obviously there's a little time there, and so we were just sitting there waiting for it and praying to God that he didn't make it, and we were just sitting there waiting, and then all of a sudden he catches it and starts running, sets back to the side, and we're like, okay, all right, and there's no way, and then everybody started blocking back, and he kept going, and I was like, there's surely that he stepped out of bounds at some point.
And it was so close.
It was close. Now, there was some photographs out there, some photoshopped photographs of him, a foot.
And that's what I've told these guys before. So I'm at my buddy's house, and I've got my head on the couch, right, and I'm looking down, and right when he breaks, from the center over to the side, you could just see it. And I to this day, I've still not seen the complete play. I just went to the floor, and I'm hollering, no, and everybody in the room's hollering, no, get him, and whatever. And then, of course, he scored, and oh, my God, it made me just sick. And like I said, I'm sure you probably still get chills from time to time just thinking about that moment.
Oh, I do.
But the thing about us watching at Coach Pugh's house is our buddy Jay is sitting there with the radio, so he's ahead of the TV. So his broadcast, so he's always letting us know the play beforehand.
Yeah.
Well, Jay just gets up. We're expecting a long field goal. We're going, don't make it. We're going into overtime. Well, Jay just gets up and just throws his radio headset off. Well, what in the world could have happened? We missed the kick.
What happened,
whatever.
Jay?
And then we see the guy going, and that's one of the few times I think I've just literally got up and walked out the door, jumped my car, and left.
Yeah.
Because y'all.
You didn't say bye or nothing?
Well, no, I did see that y'all stormed the field. And how was that? I bet that was a madhouse getting the field stormed like it was.
Because, there's a huge fine every time a fan base does that. And so, we had no idea. They started jumping through the bushes and everything. And it was funny. Our equipment staff, as soon as they started, seeing people run, they started collecting those helmets.
Yeah, because
I'm sure.
Try to take them.
Because some idiot grabbed Coach Malzahn's visor, off his head.
Like, it was like they had 6 or 7 helmets on each arm, and they're just sprinting to the locker room.
Somebody would love that as a souvenir.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I can't, and as far as the fines go and all that, it was probably money worth well spent.
Yeah,
in that moment,
Yeah.
Okay, so Forrest, tell us a little bit about your career. So I believe you're from Georgia, right?
I am. I grew up, I was born in Dothan, but I grew up in Atlanta, went to high school there, and don't hate me for saying this, but coming out of high school, you try to get a scholarship anywhere.
Anywhere you can.
And my second cousin actually played for Bama back in the '60s.
Okay.
With Bear.
Yeah.
Ray Ogden.
Oh yeah, I've heard his
Wide
name.
receiver.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ray
he's
Ogden?
there.
Yeah.
61 to 64. So
Yeah.
I tried going there, but essentially, I went to Auburn. Living in Atlanta, it's only an hour and a half away.
Yeah.
So, it's close enough I could go back, get a home-cooked meal, and far enough away that they weren't going to bother me.
There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but, I was there from 10 to 14. I was behind Josh Harris, which is now the snapper with the Falcons.
Okay.
And so I started 12, 13, and 14. Had a amazing career. God bless me with that. And in 15, I went to camp with Miami, New Orleans. Nothing happened with it. Kept training. In 16, I signed with the Colts. And I was with them for a little while, got released. And then, I was going to pursue it in 17, but ended up having my appendix taken out and the flu all in 4 months.
Oh, dude, that'll make you weak.
Yeah. So at that point, I was like, God, God's got another plan for me. I might as well hang up the cleats, trust in his process, and everything will work from there.
Yeah.
So.
And now you live in Athens, Alabama, as a
Yep.
State Farm agent.
And there's something else. It's taking you all the way around.
Oh, it has.
Yeah.
Okay, well, tell us a little bit. So you started out as a walk-on, but you did eventually get a scholarship.
I
right?
did, yes, sir.
Did you have one of those? Okay, we've been seeing a lot of these scholarship moments. Did you have one of those where Coach Malzahn pulled you up, or how did you find out that you were getting put on scholarship?
So actually, when I received a scholarship, it was actually under Chiswick.
Okay, under Coach Chiswick. Okay.
Yeah. So because I played for both of them. Yeah, and it was funny, because they only choose a certain amount every year, and when I found out, I was ecstatic. No more student loans, but
Absolutely.
I bet Mom and Daddy was like,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
and they're actually right there behind you. They came up.
Hey, y'all, how you doing?
There they are. Okay.
Yeah, but no, I was ecstatic about it.
Well, I
so.
noticed the Auburn apparel over there, but I didn't.
Had no idea.
I did too,
didn't
and I
know.
quickly turned away.
Yes. Got blind.
So when you signed or when you went to school, was it long snapping the original position or okay?
It was, coming out of high school, I played, center, DN, and everything like that. And my parents asked me when I was coming out of high school, do you want to pursue the NFL or you just want to play football and just see where it goes? Yeah. And as any male athlete, your biggest goal is to
take it as far as
you can go.
Absolutely.
And so, they asked me that, and, I told them, hey, I do want to pursue the NFL. They said, okay, we're going to help you out as much as we can. Wherever you want to go, we'll support you. And, so coming out of high school, I started looking at it. I wasn't big enough to be a center. I didn't want to gain weight.
Yeah.
And then, I wasn't tall enough, wasn't fast enough. So about 10th grade year, I started snapping, went to all the camps. Coming out of high school, I was 5th in the nation.
Wow.
On one website. I was 12th in the nation on another.
Awesome.
And then, walked on to preferred walk-on at Auburn, got a scholarship, and then by my senior year, I was even 5th in the nation coming out of college.
That is awesome.
Man, that's great, dude.
Man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
What was your time from snap to punt, snap to punter? That was one of is that one of the measuring sticks?
It is, yeah. They go off speed. Usually about 6'1", 6'2".
Okay.
And then going to the NFL, it's a whole different ball game. They're more worried about accuracy.
Mm-hmm.
So I went from 6'1" to 6'5", all the way up to about .78.
Okay.
So it's a lot slower, but it's a lot more accurate.
Yeah.
So
You meant like .61.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's how. That's from. That is from the ball leaving your hand to getting to the punter.
Yeah,
.6.
that's getting it back there.
Yeah, that's smoking.
Yeah.
So, like I said, now we know you work with Michael Howe at State Farm 8, but you also help tutor some young men on snapping. I believe you work with somebody I'm very familiar with,
I do.
Lucas Terry at
Yep.
East Limestone.
East Limestone. Yep. Yeah, I've been working with him, trying to get him to a scholarship. I'm one of those people too, especially when Lutzenkirchen died. He gave everything to the community, all of his friends and family. So when he passed away, that was my mission to try to help as many people as I could. So when Terry came up to me and said that his son's snapping,
Yeah.
he showed me some videos. I was like, we need to tweak this, and this. He's like, all right, we'll get with him. So I started getting with him. I work out with him in East Limestone's weight room, snap with him, and we've done a complete 180 transformation with his form. And so I'm hoping, I think Jacksonville State's going to offer him, and
Yeah,
he even told me that Ole Miss is looking at him now too.
Okay, I did not know. I
Really?
did not know
So-
about Ole Miss. I thought I was going to think maybe Purdue. There was somebody I think up north, and I don't know if I might be wrong. It was
Right.
Purdue, but I did not know about Ole Miss. So are you available? Are you would you tutor anybody else, or
Oh,
you
absolutely.
just so?
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I say
that's-
Coach Wright from Ardmore's right behind you, so he might be would need some help with long snapping too.
Yeah, and
So
if you want to share
so,
how folks can get a hold of you.
Yeah, you can call the office or I just give out my cell phone or
yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
whatever you
wanna do.
Whatever you wanna
you're
do.
comfortable
Well,
with.
see, my cell phone number is 770-364-9763. Well, see, I'd be glad to work with anyone because that's, I made it all the way to the NFL.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah, I was say, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn. If you want me to work with you, I'll definitely do that because
Yeah.
I want to try to help get as many kids to the league as possible. So,
Well, you
you
clearly
go.
let yourself go since
Yeah.
playing days. So.
Yeah,
You mentioned
For those that are just
his
listening,
playing
that's
career got
yeah.
over with, and he just
You mentioned Philip. Were you friends with Lutz?
I was.
Were you?
Yep, and it's kind of surreal too because I texted him 2 weeks earlier if he wanted to go play golf.
Yeah.
And he was busy, helping high school coach.
Yeah.
And then when he passed away, I can tell you exactly where I was at, what I was doing
Applebee.
when I heard the news. So
Yeah, that was a
Sad
that was
day
tragic,
right
man.
there.
Oh,
Sure
yeah.
was.
It was.
Tragic.
We got a little bit of time left before we go. Auburn, Washington. What do you think? What are you thinking right now?
I think we're going to win. One of our biggest strengths is going to be our defense. That D line. Obviously Jeff Holland. With him leaving, one of our best pass rushers. We still have a huge D line.
Yeah.
And so I think Washington is going to have a huge trouble running right up the middle. So if we can stop their screens, all their trick plays, I think we'll be able to just put them at a standstill.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good.
I agree with that.
Well, dude, don't be a stranger.
Man,
Yes, sir.
We'd love to have you every week if we
Heck,
could
oh,
here.
absolutely.
some kind of conversation or something
yeah,
about Auburn.
absolutely. Even if you can just
We-
call in. And,
Yeah, we've got a guy with Bam Online who's been
Yeah.
calling in the last year or two.
Okay.
So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, maybe we can start.
Ladies and gentlemen, Forrest Hill here, War Eagle.
War Eagle.
Absolutely, brother.
We won't say nothing.
There you go.
come
I don't
on
know.
I ain't get it, bro.
Hey, they won't even say, "I hope your team wins" or nothing like
No,
that.
I won't.
No, they're
say
serious.
just
I say,
hardcore.
I say,
I'm hardcore, bro.
I say, I
It's
hope,
just rude, man.
I hope for a good, safe game tonight.
It's time to talk to the commercial. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. We'll be right back.